Hi, I'm John Carruthers. I've been working in the guitar industry for the last 45 years with most of the major manufacturers. I'm here today to show you how to set up your Tune-o-Matic style guitar. If you'd like to learn in greater detail some of the procedures that you've seen today, get a copy of my book, Teach Yourself Guitar Repair and Maintenance on Alfred Publishing. It's very important that you follow certain procedures to do it properly. One is that you must have the guitar strung with new strings, and they should be of the gauge that you normally wish to use on the guitar. They should be tuned to playing pitch. It's very important because old strings can be false and not vibrate properly, and they cause intonation problems. They can also cause buzzing, and so it's easy to know what you have by putting fresh strings on. In addition to that, it's very important to do the adjustments in the proper sequence. We have a truss rod adjustment is the first step, and that basically is the foundational adjustment for all the other adjustments. The second step is to adjust the action at the bridge, and then the next step would be to adjust the action at the nut, and then finally we set the string length. Step one is we need to remove the truss rod cover. Okay, so we basically unscrew the screw going counterclockwise until it's completely loose, and then we're just going to slip the truss rod cover out of the way. They seem to get misplaced, so I will just put it over here. Then we insert our truss rod wrench. Okay, then the next step we need to take and put a capo on, and the reason we need this is we really need almost like 3 hands to measure what we want to measure, and so we normally don't have 3 hands, so this will act as 1 hand, and then we can use the other 2 to do what we need. So this is important to put right at where the fret is so it doesn't cause the string to arc up over the fret. We want it to sit flat. So we clamp the capo on right at the fret, and then we take the guitar and we hold it in playing position, because when we make adjustments, we want them to be as if the guitar is being played. If we set it up so it's on a bench, you never play it on the bench, and the weight and stress that the guitar puts on will change the adjustment. So by holding it in playing position, I can now get an accurate representation of what it will be like when I'm playing. The next step is I go where the neck joins the body and I depress the string. So the string's held at this end by the capo, and it's held at this end by my finger. Then I get a feeler gauge. Now feeler gauges are available from mechanic supplies, from auto parts stores and things like that, and they're calibrated in thousandths of an inch or in fractions of millimeters. And the size that we need for this type of adjustment is 0.010 inches or 0.254 millimeters. So we basically fret it at the first fret, and then we go halfway in between. It's usually around the 7th fret, and we insert the feeler gauge between the fret and the string. If there's an open space, if we can actually move the string so that it touches the blade, that means that the truss rod is too loose and that we need to turn this in a clockwise direction. As we do that, that will take some of the space out. Now we try it again. Now I've gone maybe just a little too far. It looks like it's slightly lifting the string, so I'm going to back it off just a little bit. Counterclockwise loosens it. And when we get it so that the feeler gauge just fits in without lifting the string, then we have our optimal adjustment. A little bit goes a long way, so usually probably the most you need to turn it would be, like maybe a quarter of a turn, something like that. And that's pretty much puts you right in the zone. Okay, so once you get that adjusted so that the wrench is fitting in properly, then we can take the capo off. We can put the guitar back on the bench. We'll take the truss rod wrench out, and we'll put the truss rod cover back on. And then we'll be ready to move on to our next step. Now our next step will be setting the action at the bridge.